Hi everybody, welcome to my daily vlog. I'm here in LA, staying at a place lent to us solely because we're young and beautiful. No? Oh, it works for other channels. Okay, on with the review. So, how about a movie about 12th century England? Yeah, that'll bring in the viewers. Marketing genius I'm not. So let's join King Henry II as he goes to visit an old friend.
Well, Thomas Becket, are you satisfied? Here I am, stripped, kneeling at your tomb.
Hey, wait a minute, Becket's dead? Okay, movie's over, you can all go now.
Those were the happy times. You remember? At the peep of dawn, when as usual we'd been drinking and wenching in the town.
Oh, the movie is all in flashback. You didn't think you'd get off that easy, did you?
You know, for a second there, yeah, I kind of did.
You wish. So we meet the king and Thomas Becket.
Quick, out through the window.
Apparently sharing a young girl.
Thank you.
He's a British saint. What do you expect? Back at the palace, they have a meeting with some bishops.
My backside's sore. Zero, count your blessings, sire.
This scene has a magnificent display of British theatrical voices.
After God. After God.
Okay. I guess it's a good idea not to annoy God.
Of course it's a good idea.
Henry's plan is to get some money from the church for a war in France.
But this has never been spoken of before.
I've never been this poor before.
So in order to bring the bishops into line, he names Becket Chancellor of England, which I'm sure will go over well.
Traitor! Saxon!
Okay, that could have gone better. That done, it's off to the woods to harass the peasantry.
She stinks a bit, but we could wash her. What would you think of it? Cleaned up a little.
She's a child.
What did you like when it's a woman?
Uh-oh, the peasants are revolting. The king asks Becket what reward he wants for his bravery.
All right. She's yours.
Thank you, my prince. But you will return the favor equally one day. At your pleasure.
You imbecile! You bloated idiot!
Well, yeah. Well, maybe it'll all turn out okay. Turns out Becket only took the girl to save her from the clutches of the king.
Shall I undress?
He joins his lady fair, only to be rudely interrupted.
I said favor for favor, and I asked for your word. And I gave it to you. Right. Well, that's settled then.
The fair lady in question is here played by Sian Phillips, then wife of Peter O'Toole. She's probably best known for her role as Livia in I, Claudius.
Oh, you've a mighty high opinion of yourself, haven't you?
And how will she react to all this lady swapping? Not well, I'm afraid. Normally, such events might put a damper on any friendship, but no, when we next join the king and Becket in the wars in France, it's as if nothing has happened.
Look at that. Isn't that aesthetic, too? Some people go into ecstasies over cathedrals, but that's a work of art. Look at it. Round as an apple. Want her? Business, my lord.
There was a TV version filmed of this scene, where she didn't exhibit as much of her assets. Uh-oh, the Archbishop of Canterbury has died.
And he'll be much more use to God than he ever was to me.
And Henry lights upon the bright idea of naming Becket in his place.
You imbecile! You bloated idiot!
I beg of you, do not do this.
Well, maybe it'll turn... oh yeah. Now back in England, Becket takes to the new job right away.
Go sell all that thou hast and give it to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven.
I doubt if the Lord Jesus meant that to apply to a chancellor about to be consecrated archbishop.
In a long consecration scene, we get to hear the voice.
Do not let him speak. He will put a
spell on us.
Shush you, let the man speak.
Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus.
And there was much rejoicing.
Like for 2 seconds, Becket spars with the Bishop of London over who should try a lecherous priest.
As a consecrated minister of God, he can only be tried by our ecclesiastical courts. You must demand his release into church custody immediately. The principle is a vital one.
I'm sure everything is under control.
The priest is dead.
Uh-oh.
Dead? Yes. He tried to escape, but Lord Gilbert's soldiers caught him and, in the presence of his lordship, killed him.
Oh well, meanwhile over at the palace, Henry is getting advice from the best hat in Christendom.
I pray heaven he stays away from you. When you realize how he has used you, you may appreciate the joys of family life again.
The film seems to be implying that Henry feels a little more than friendship towards Becket.
But you have never been a wife to me. And Becket was my friend. Red-blooded, generous, and full of strength. Oh, my Thomas.
So much so, and as in 1964 homosexuality was still illegal in England, they feel compelled to insert this piece of dialogue.
You have an obsession about him which is unhealthy and unnatural. And now that he no longer gives you comfort, God, if Thomas Becket were a faithless woman, you'd behave no differently. Sweet Jesus, you'd tear him out of your heart.
Thank goodness we've progressed as a society. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, Becket excommunicates the murderous Lord Gilbert.
We judge him damned with the devil and his fallen angels and all the reprobate to eternal fire and everlasting pain.
And is forced to flee briefly to France.
For the moment, it suits me to shelter any fugitive from Henry's court.
After a trip to Rome to meet with some Italian stereotypes,
I beg your pardon, Holy Father, I had forgotten. Or rather, Your Holiness asked me the question. I thought you had forgotten. And so I took a chance and...
Zambelli, if you start out maneuvering yourself to no purpose, we'll be here all night.
he arranges a meeting with King Henry.
Go back to England.
I know that I shall never see you again.
How dare you say that to me when I've given you my royal word? Do you take me for a traitor?
Okay, it doesn't happen that way. Henry and his barons have a drinking bout.
Let us drink till we roll under the table in vomit and oblivion.
And the king says these famous words.
Will no one rid me of this meddlesome priest?
You imbecile, you bloated idiot!
And rid him they do.
One does not carry arms into God's house. What do you want?
Your death.
Poor Henry. Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
We end up where the film began, and Henry performs some world-class PR.
Thomas Becket, former Archbishop of Canterbury, and martyred to the cause of God and his church, shall henceforth be honored and prayed to in this kingdom as a saint.
And there was much rejoicing.
All joking aside, this is a great movie, with Richard Burton and Peter O'Toole in top form before they went mildly insane. Although not terribly historically accurate, the script is good, having been based on a play. Well worth your time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.
One performs according to one's gifts.
Yes.